All right. So let me mute all, and then you have to unmute yourself. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Unmute your. All right. So.
Perfect. Thank you, Don.
Yep.
Well, first of all, I'd like to start out by just thanking all of you for attending our third membership workshop. And you can go ahead and start the slides.
Yep. I'm bringing it up.
Just to tell you a little bit about this this membership seminar. In the past, we've only done one membership seminar in August, which is RI's membership month. This year is the first year we've ever done more than one. We've actually done three. So we did one in August, membership month, one in January, and now one in May. So, and that is by popular demand. So I'm glad you are all enjoying them, and hope you enjoy today. So my name is Ron Cole. I'm the district membership chair. I'm also a longtime member of the La Jolla Golden Triangle Rotary Club. Our goal today is to give you information to take back to your clubs, to encourage them to grow, and to encourage members to do more in your club and be more engaged. The format today is to recap the last membership workshop, the January workshop. We'll be doing a breakout, a group question, actually 2 questions, and then a Q&A period. Another goal today is to give you a chance to talk. We're going to have some open sessions today to just allow you to talk and ask questions. So I really encourage you guys to speak up. Next, I'd like to introduce the VIPs in attendance. Our Grand Poobah and leader, District Governor Steve Weitzen. I'll introduce District Governor-elect Dan Gensler. He is not able to attend today as he's got a brand new grandchild and he's out of town trying to work on a new Rotary member. We've got District Governor nominee Chuck Prado, District Governor designate Diane Crawford, past District Governor Marge Cole, and past District Governor Marta Knight. And I'm sorry if I missed anyone. Next, I'd like to introduce our fearless leader and our first governor to deal with the pandemic the full 12 months of his term. To talk about why Rotary, why now, Steve Weitzen.
Thank you, Ron. Thanks for doing this membership, because the demand, as you said, was so great back in January when we had our second membership seminar. So, and this is really important what we're doing. I can report to you that on April 30th in our district, we started out the Rotary year July 1, 2020 with 2,899 members. And as of April 30th, officially, we have 2,889 members. So we're down 10, but I know that not every new member has been accounted for at RI. And we have more in the wings waiting to come in. So I suspect by the end of this Rotary year, June 30th, that we'll be either neutral or we'll be positive. We'll have a net gain, which is really extraordinary under these circumstances. We've had 60 new members inducted into our district this year, and that's one per club, which is very good. The Rotary International President-elect Shekhar Mehta, I guess his theme or mantra for the year is, each one bring one. And there is strength in numbers, and that's really the strength of our organization, our district, our clubs is our membership. And so, the more helping hands we have, the better. So it's really incumbent upon us to try to bring in new members, attract new members. And Holger Canuck, this year's RI president, said we shouldn't be so worried about the numbers. we should be worried about the quality. Is the member a good fit? Does it fit our club? And that's what we want is that people who are willing. This is not a sprint. It's not even a marathon. It's beyond that. We want people who will be around and get the value out of being in our club in Rotary. And so it's important that we vet our new members to make sure that they're happy, satisfied with being in the club. So yeah, so we know statistically that when members leave Rotary, that it skews towards within the first 2 years. So part of what we want to do with our members, particularly our new members, is keep them engaged. Don't let them sit there for a year wondering, what they're going to do, what we're doing, what's the club doing, how do I fit in? But engage our members early on, and it'll make a stronger member, a stronger club. So given all that, and just one announcement before we head on, Ron, is that the governor's dinner this year is Monday, June 28th at the Del Mar Hilton Hotel. The cost is $50. There's free parking. We'll have a couple of no-host bars that start at 5:30, and then we'll go in for the meeting at 6:30. It'll be a hybrid meeting. And so if you're not able to attend for whatever reason or are not comfortable attending, it'll be on Zoom. So the registration opens tomorrow. We open the registration to the presidents and the presidents-elect to give them a priority since we didn't have one last year in person, to sign up. So I encourage you to sign up. It'll be on the district website. It'll be on Newsbits tomorrow. And like I said, 60 people have already signed up, so don't wait. Ron, thanks so much for doing this. Let's get to it.
Thank you very much, Steve. And again, thank you for being such a great leader. It's been wonderful working with you this year.
Thank you. Oh, by the way, Ron Cole is not only our membership chair, but he's chairing the governor's dinner. So you're in.
Got to finish this thing so I can start working on that.
Okay.
Okay. So I wanted to talk about the Seminar 2 recap, but before that, I wanted to talk about some numbers that were reported by Rotary International. Since July 1, 2020, which was the beginning of this Rotary year, we've seen worldwide growth of 21,671 new members and 241 clubs. The numbers that really blew me away is Rotaract this year is up 11,846 new members and 631 new clubs. So go Rotaract. Great job. District 5340, we're up 62 new members. So even though we're down, we've had some leave. But we've had 62 new members this year, and we've added 1 club this year. I would like to recognize a couple of clubs that have had incredible growth this year. San Diego Club 33 is up 10, and that's a net number. So that includes any members that have quit. They're up a total of 10. La Jolla is up a total of 9 net.
Yeah.
So great job, you guys. Just wonderful. And later on, we're going to have an open session. So I would love to hear from some people from those 2 clubs as to what you're doing to bring in new members. It would be great to hear. So in regard to workshop number 2 that we had in January, first of all, we talked about types of memberships. Traditional membership is the membership we're all used to. We talked about corporate, passport, family, satellite, and hybrid memberships. Hybrid, of course, is what we're all working towards, where it's a little bit of in-person and a little bit of Zoom. We talked about how to keep members engaged. And I wanted to share some numbers from RI. And I don't want this to come out as a negative. I think it's very important, especially the membership chairs, that you understand why members leave. So 31% felt it was too expensive. 21% said it was the club environment. 15% was unmet expectations. And then RI went another step, asking why members quit, or members that quit, I'm sorry. 46% would not recommend the club that they had joined. 35% would not recommend Rotary. So we've got a big job of just making sure that we keep members engaged, get them involved in the club, make sure they are at the meetings, involved in the committees, joining the committees, leading the committees. So the big thing is keeping them engaged. When they're engaged, they usually don't leave. So next one, we talked about how we were preparing for in-person meetings. We talked about doing a survey of Zoom attendees, how they feel about reopening, and should we continue virtual meetings. We also talked about making sure members know that in-person meetings are voluntary. It's very important because there's a lot of people out there who just are not comfortable meeting in person. So letting them know the pressure is off of them. We also talked about the Learning Center, which is a wonderful resource for Rotary, any Rotary training. Just to name a few, there's club runner training, membership training, presidential training, if you plan on being a future president of the club, any of the Avenue of Services training, assistant governor training, there's just everything there. I also wanted to mention a new feature that RI came up with. It's a smartphone app where all you do is tap the link on your phone. It goes directly into the Learning Center. And next we have somebody else speaking. So I will actually post to the chat the instructions on how to set that up. And if you want, you could copy it and paste it to a Word doc so you can add that later. So next, you can go to the next slide, John. Next, we're going to talk about the membership subcommittees. In the past, the membership chair has pretty much handled everything by themselves. It's been a committee of one. This year, we have created subcommittees. And here to talk about that is a person who's helped me in a huge way with membership training. He's a member of the Coronado Rotary Club. Ivan Dunn, please take it away.
Thank you, Ron. Appreciate the opportunity to do this. And just, I'll be brief with these remarks about the new membership subcommittee. I think one key aspect of this is that District Governor Whiteson and DGE Gensler were, I think, looking ahead and thinking, how can we get people more engaged? We've got one person traditionally doing membership at the district level, and this decision to come up with these subcommittees changes that. As Ron indicated, we're expanding the membership committee, and I just think that's an ongoing example of a very wise decision. But in the past, we've had the one person, but now we have 5 new subcommittees, and the first one is a new club development subcommittee. You can imagine, what that responsibility would be in terms of, encouraging and mentoring other clubs on how to, to take advantage of the things that we've been talking about here regarding how to lure new members in and grow your population, and also how to retain people. The next one is the membership leads. That Ron's got the handle on that. And then there's alumni development, and this one really interests me because there's 2 members of this who were Rotaractors, and I met them at one point, and they joined the downtown club. San Diego Club 33, because of the features that club has regarding how to make Rotaractors, think positive thoughts about moving up. I mean, I'm not going to summarize those things here, and then the third member of that group is our very own Natalie Bailey here in our club, who started our community Rotaract Club and has been very active. And there's 8 things that we've got listed for that subcommittee to do. The next one is diversity, equity, and inclusion. To encourage clubs to be, open with respect to, the various, groups that are, potential members, and make sure that you take an evaluation of yourself. Are you a club that's doing anything that might send the wrong signal in that regard? And the last one is recruiting and retention. One of the members of that is our very own Lou Ann Miller, who's with us here today. She's president-elect. She's now, as president-elect, chairman of our membership committee. And that's built into our bylaws that our president-elect will be the membership chair of the year. So each committee has these representatives, and Ron asked me to arrange Zoom sessions with each of these subcommittees and the members who I just talked about. I've done that, and that was an effort to get them together and let them review their responsibilities and set up a future Zoom meeting or future Zoom meetings so that they could follow up on that. So in summary, I just want to say the action that's been taken to expand the directorship of membership in this manner, I just think is a great example of strong leadership from the top. The fact that we're meeting today, as Ron highlighted, for a 3rd membership event in the single Rotary year, in my opinion, is an indication of the emphasis on retention and recruiting, and on how to meet aggressive membership goals of our next Rotary International president. If you have any questions about these subcommittees, please send them in chat today, or you send me an email, idun1@san.rr.com, and I'll be happy to follow up with any questions. Okay.
We will have a question answer period at the end of this, and we'll have plenty of time. So we'll hold questions till then. Thank you, Ivan. I sure appreciate all your help. Sure appreciate all your help and support, Ivan, and great job. Thank you. Okay, now we're going to go in a breakout. I'm going to go ahead and post the questions to chat if you want to copy those so you have them in the chat, because you will not have access to this chat while you're in the breakout. So the first thing you're going to do, there's going to be a leader of each of your breakouts. They're going to ask for a volunteer to be the scribe. When we do the breakout wrap up after this, the scribe's going to share the best idea from question 1 and the best idea from question 2. We'll go through all the breakouts. We'll have about 6 breakouts. It'll be about 10 people in each. So it'll be a good size. And if we have more time, we'll ask for another idea at the end. So Dawn, if you could go ahead and put people in the breakouts, that would be great. And you guys have fun. Club is wonderful. I sure appreciate that.
I try.
Yeah.
Good morning, Alex.
Good morning, Brett.
We're having so much fun, Ron. We didn't see our little leave the breakout room sign.
Yeah. Was it plenty of time this time? We had 30 minutes this time.
Yeah, I thought it was excellent.
Good, good. Yeah, in the past, I think we've done 20 minutes. So it was an extra 10 minutes to, because I've heard complaints that they're a little too quick.
So the rooms are all now closing.
Yeah.
And we are recording again.
Okay, it's filling up. Okay, I'd like to ask each scribe to share an idea from each question. One idea If we have time at the end, we'll ask for more, but one idea from each question. So go ahead, and whoever wants to volunteer to go first, feel free.
We'll go. Ellen from Rancho Bernardo was our scribe. So Ellen, if you want to get started.
Thank
Are
you,
you,
Bon.
you volunteering me? Are you, Bonnie?
I
Love it.
Yes.
Yeah, we had actually our hardest task was narrowing it down. We had a great conversation. So on the young, the attracting millennials, there was a comment that millennials don't like to be called millennials. So let's call them young professionals. And we've seen, so the idea is to attract young professionals. And the other part about this, that one thing that we came up with was the first person often that a prospective member meets is the membership chair. The membership chair is one that works closely with them. So why don't we try and get a younger person to be a chair or the co-chair of the membership? So a membership chair to be a younger person. So rather than seeing a lot of slightly not so young people, they are actually immediately are engaged with someone of a younger age group. So that was one of them. And the second one was how to branding and social media. So Christine from the Mesa Sunrise was talking about how they're really maximizing the use of Facebook to have recordings of the meetings there. And not only are those recordings useful for allowing other members to be able to see and look at meetings they've missed, but also it's a great way of promoting how good the meetings are to others, and that allows international visitors to participate, but also prospective members to see the quality of the presentations and the speakers that they get. So those are our two key topics.
Ron, I'll volunteer Michelle from El Camino Club as our scribe.
Ron, can I, if we have a delay, I'll ask Luann Miller to run with ours.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead, Luann.
Yeah, thank you. We had an interesting conversation because in our group, we had a young millennial.
Somebody needs to mute.
What?
Somebody needs to mute. There's background noise. Yeah.
Oh. I was saying, in our group, we were lucky to have a young millennial, Michelle Meek, who is with the Coronado Club, which I'm with also. And so we asked her to answer the first question. Why did she join Rotary? What drew her in? And she said that actually the Zoom meeting, the hybrid meeting, because young millennials work and the cost of that really drew her in. And then second of all, she said it was just meeting new people and getting out and socially meeting new people. So I think those two things are important. And then in the branding and the second question, social media, we talked a lot about social media, how important your homepage is to draw people in to see. But what I really liked was one suggestion from a smaller club, and they don't do social media, but what they do is they advertise in the local papers, and they had what they called Visitors Day, which was they went out, they advertised that, they had a really good speaker, and they had about 20 new people come on Zoom, which made it easier and affordable. And then what they did is after that, they followed up with those 20 people by calling them, inviting them back to meetings and so on. And they said they even got the speaker to join. So like she said, ask, and follow up on those people that are interested.
And that speaker is here today. It's Trish Boaz of the San Miguel River Valley Conservancy. So
Perfect. Thank you, Luann. Okay, next one. Marge, is yours ready?
I'm off mute again, so I'm unable to speak. Sorry about that. Michelle McGowan. Our club or our group discussed that that age group is really focused on experiences, on service projects, and we need to engage them in that manner. And they're interested in a a travel, a trip to Tijuana to do things. And if we can engage at that level, we're going to be able to attract people. We also discussed how they like positive feedback and they like that communication. So on the branding issue, the crossover is that we can't have out of date web pages, and we need to have Instagram, possibly Facebook, but mostly, focus where they are and keep that up to date, because that's how that age group is communicating.
Ron, I just want to say one thing real quick. I asked the question at the end among our attendees in our breakout, what they thought about having this meeting today and having 3 this year. And it was, I think, overwhelming positive response to doing that. The fact that we're getting ready for next year, instead of waiting till next year to get ready for next year, we're doing it now. So,
Yeah.
you go. Yeah.
Well, we're actually on track to have another one in August, which is Rotary International Membership Month. So not many months away.
Great.
So in regard to back to the breakout wrap up, let's have the next person share.
We'll go next. Ellie, will you go for our group, please? Can I unmute Ellie? Ellie.
There we go. To have young professionals be able to attend at a reduced initiation fee and pay only for the meetings that they attend, rather than having them be at the same fee as people who have more money, which I think is not a bad idea. Let's see. Networking seems to be the best way to get new members. And we also talked about complications for the treasurer with different levels of membership. It maybe gives you more opportunity to get new members, but it also complicates the record keeping. That's pretty much what I've got.
And on the second question, the branding question.
The social media, we were talking about, actually, most of the clubs that we were in our session didn't use a whole lot of social media, but they did talk about writing an article for a local paper and, trying to maybe even purchase a once a month section in the local paper to write an article about your club and what their projects are doing and promote the speakers that are coming.
Great, thank you, Ellie. Okay, next group.
I don't know if our leader here, Chuck Prado, we may have gone to another meeting.
Go ahead, Jen. Yeah, Jen,
okay.
go ahead. Thank you.
Oh, there you are.
Yep, go ahead.
The challenges were that we've got some new millennials that work from home. So we have to make plans for what they do when they get back. We've also got some new members that end up having, several children, and they're working and having kids, so it's hard. And then prepaying lunch is expensive for millennials, and most of the people in our group are older, so trying to reach to them is difficult. But we had some solutions that we have meetings outside sometimes, have work days, have more socials in the evening. Also, there was some more technology things to mix in, this thing called OWL that was a technology idea. And another group got a financial planner who's a millennial who's putting together a 5-year plan with Facebook and newspaper ads.
Great, thank you, Jim. Okay, we have one more, is that correct?
Yeah, Susie Wagner from the Del Mar Club. And they say unmute and let us hear you.
I am unmuted. Can you hear me?
Beautiful.
No?
Yes.
Yes, okay, good. One of the ideas that came up was to have a membership committee, which I think is a great idea. I have been doing all of our socials this last year, just myself, and there's been only one membership chair and no committee. I think it's a good way to combine those two things and then get that committee to invite then other members, bring one to a social. And so we get to know each other better. Cost was also something that was brought up that was a barrier for quite a few clubs. And so maybe reducing the cost of a person bringing their own lunch, for instance, to a meeting. And as far as branding, share their social media with city leaders and other people of influence.
Great, thank you, Susie. We actually have a few extra minutes. If a couple people would like to share another idea that's burning, if you could be quick, maybe a couple people share a quick idea.
Ron,
Ron,
this is
Go on, Alan. Go on, Alan.
This is Alan from Rancho Bernardo Rotary. We created a diversity committee, and obviously the diversity asks for membership to be part of that or to involve in it because they want to convert diversity into diverse members. And so what then we did was, as a membership committee, we said, okay, let's look at our service projects that we're doing, and let's make recruitment an element of every single one of those. So when we do a community cleanup, let's make sure that the people who are coming and benefiting from that know who we are, and a call to action is come and meet, come and join us. So making recruitment as part of every service project that we do.
Well, Ron, I'll just add that we joined the Knit Gain Project 2 or 3 years ago, and that really spearheaded the development of our committee on membership growth. And in our club, I think I mentioned earlier that the president-elect is also dual-headed as the membership chair. The idea there is get board level, emphasis on membership. So I would offer that up as a suggestion. And anyway.
We heard a very good suggestion in our group from a millennial. So we all talk about social media and we think Facebook, Instagram. She suggested LinkedIn as a much better social media channel to reach that audience, especially, the young professionals. So I just thought I'd want to share that.
And I would like to share that we need to post or publicize every day, whether it's Facebook, LinkedIn, or do all of those things, hashtag the district, so they can post things. You got to just keep putting it out there constantly, and it shows how active Rotary is, how engaged they are in the community, anything you're doing in the community, and always put a picture with it. It's so important that millennials especially scroll through very, very quickly. They're not going to read a long dissertation about Rotary, but they're going to look at the pictures. They're going to see people putting up flags or planting a garden or cleaning the beach or building a house in Tijuana. So just be committed to posting all the time. That's my suggestion.
Thank you, Suzanne. Okay, I'm gonna have to cut this off for now, but I wanted to kind of go through some of the ideas that came up. For the first question, in recruiting young professionals, millennials, somebody came up with younger membership chair or younger person on the membership committee that can deal with millennials specifically. Facebook, LinkedIn, getting cost low, having socials. And then the number 2 on the branding social media, we've talked about recordings on Facebook. I've also heard of people only recording the speaker portion, so you don't actually see the business portion of the meeting. They just record the speaker portion and then post that to Facebook. Local paper, networking, LinkedIn, Facebook. So wonderful ideas, and I hope you guys are getting a lot out of this. It sounds like it, and I'm very happy to hear that.
Hey, Ron.
Yes.
Before you move on, I just wanted to show the group. The Rancho Bernardo Club was talking about their articles. I should have sent this to you so that you could see it better. But for Black History Month, this is their article that featured all of their meetings for Black History Month and their featured speaker. And it got to me all the way down in Southeast San Diego. So it's getting around. And I like the idea of letting the community know monthly what's going on in the club. It's a really unique idea. So contact Don Glover for more information.
Great. Thank you, Diane.
Also,
and next I'd like to have Diane speak I'm going to go ahead and post something here about what she's going to talk about. Diane, I'd like you to talk about the district position interest form. And here is the link if you want to copy that, so you have that. So Diane, if you could tell people a little bit about that.
I got scared for a minute. I thought I was supposed to prepare something. I forgot about that. Thanks, Ron. So hey, everybody. One of the ways that you can retain your members to help them to develop leadership skills. And in order to develop leadership skills, we have a number of positions that are available at the district level that allows them to learn about Rotary and learn how to manage and learn how to become better leaders. So we have posted, Ron, do you have the actual sample?
I do not, no.
Okay, it doesn't matter. So under leadership resources for Dan Gensler on the district website, there's a district position interest form that allows you to share it with your club members and anybody that has an interest in working at the district level. They can fill it out, send it to us, and we'll try to match them up with the position that fits best. I'm really excited about it because now we can actually start mining the district for really key talent in some of these areas. So go to Dan Gensler's page on the district website. It'll be under leadership resources.
Okay, thank you, Diane. And I just noticed, I've got to apologize. I noticed, and Don, you can go to the next slide. I've got to apologize because for the questions we had earlier, I accidentally posted these. So I am very sorry about that. But now what I'd like to do is kind of open it up. If you could unmute yourself, and let's go ahead and only answer the first question about the challenge from President Shekhar for each one, bring one, how you're going to promote that challenge. So go ahead.
Well, I think our club will continue to use the net gain precepts and the things we committed to in 2017 under that project. But that led to our new subcommittee, that led to a whole bunch of initiatives, and I think safe to say we'll probably continue along those lines. We're coming out with a net gain this year.
Diana Simkus, do you have something you wanted to say? You got your hand raised.
Diane is in a car at the moment. So
oh, we can't hear you. We can't hear you, Diane. Yeah. Okay.
We'll catch up to it. So Ron, if I could, two things. One, every club member is a member of the membership committee, and everyone has a role on the membership committee of their club, whether they know it or not. And that's part of our responsibilities as members of clubs. The other thing is, through this discussion this morning in my group and hearing people's comments now in the open session, tomorrow in the News Bits, I write a column called Sunday Morning Musing. And this, I titled the one that you'll read tomorrow, Where Do We Go From Here? It really raises the issues that people in the breakout sessions have talked about of, how do we meet? How often do we meet? What role does social have? Be having a social, because really the social is where the fellowship camaraderie really takes hold. And the idea of driving new members or to invite them to the social is in a relaxed setting. And it's a nice way to get to know each other. And the affordability of being at a Rotary Club, whether you're a millennial or on a fixed income or whatever, and the time commitment of going to these meetings, all these things, take my article, take my column, and have that conversation with your clubs about what are we going to look like when we come out of the pandemic as venues start to open up and we're able to meet in person. And this is really important for us to explore how flexible, adaptable we'll be and attractive we'll be to bringing in new members, but also to retaining members. This pandemic has changed everything, and we have to take advantage of the opportunities that it presents to us to grow as an organization. And I think we're positioned to grow as an organization, but it takes some thought, some planning, and some creativity and initiative of clubs to put themselves out there, to take chances, to have a hybrid meeting once a month, to have a social once a month. So take a look at that and have the clubs talk about what we're going to look like in the future, starting really July 1.
Marissa, I see that your hand is raised. Did you have a point you wanted to make?
Yes, that is, I don't know if anybody has heard, you have to clean house before you can open house. So to clean house is you do your moment of truth. What's the status of your club? And then by knowing what you need and what you're strong at, then you can open house.
All right, Diane. So Diane, yeah, you're next.
Thanks, Don. I just wanted to remind everybody that there's a place in Rotary for everyone, and we need to be creative and really think outside of the box here. They may not make good traditional Rotarians, but they can be volunteers, they can be donors, they can be sponsors, they can be workers at your project. There is a place for everybody in Rotary. So keep that in mind as you're thinking about how do you grow your club. It's more than just the members in the club that keeps the club healthy. So I just wanted to make that comment.
Okay, I've got to go ahead and stop this, and we can go on to question number 2. And this is for time constraints. I want to make sure we end exactly at 10:30 today. So what could the membership committee do to support you better?
Pull through. Getting more stuff out that we're talking about, but from a larger standpoint, a higher standpoint, to try to pull some membership through to local clubs, through postings, through for all groups, but maybe focus more so on millennials that are going to be really actively looking around. But more of that might pull through some people to different clubs wherever they live.
Great.
John. We have a young woman in our club who spoke to 9 Rotary clubs in the district. Her name's Mariah Gillespie, about younger people and millennials and what appeals to them. And she would be more than happy to come to your club and give that presentation. She actually gave it to Mel Gallegos' district conference. So I offer that up. I'm sure she won't mind me saying that.
Ron, I agree that what we've all been discussing is really spot on as far as membership. But I'd also like to, my 30-second spiel on Rotary when I meet people is, it's really a friendship club. The people that you meet in Rotary are amazing, wonderful, service project-oriented people. And so if you want a wonderful family and a group of people that serve together, Rotary is the club for you. But it's really all about the friendship and the connections we make that grows with the service opportunities. I think it's a great way to promote our clubs.
Great, thank you. Let's go with one more idea and then we're going to move on.
Well, I'll fill the vacuum by saying I think these 5 subcommittees you've set up, Ron, are going to be coming out, across the district with information about what they can do to represent the membership committee in terms of, increasing members and approaching a whole scope of membership initiative. So more to come there. I mean, they've just formed. They have not started to execute yet.
Right. Yeah, I agree, Ivan. It's a great thing, and it's really helped to where we can put a whole lot more time into different aspects of membership for the district.
In a sustained way.
Ron, I would endorse that as well. I was thinking that I think the creation of the membership committee and the subcommittees at the district level is just a great way to continue the engagement approach and get more people engaged. This at the district level in this case, but as an example for what we do at the club level as well. So well done on creating the subcommittees.
Thank you.
Agree, Alan. Thanks, Alan.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and move on at this point. Dawn, if you could put the poll question up now. We want you guys to vote on this poll question.
New Rotary.
Everybody see that?
Yes. So New Rotary is almost here. How do you feel about the potential to grow your club?
How many can we choose?
But yeah, I try to get more than that.
I only gave you one.
We forgot to put in all of the above. Okay, Don, let's go ahead and post that.
Okay. All right.
So it's very good. It's we have a lot that are, I mean, we don't have any that are unprepared and afraid. A couple that are worried, but hey,
That's good. Woo!
Hopeful wins. Yay!
Yeah.
Always a contest.
Phew, that's good.
It is always a contest. All right.
So on to the next slide, Don. Next, we're going to go into the Q&A, and our moderators, the people who are going to be answering questions, are myself, Diane Crawford, who is the district governor designate. She is also, I came in as membership chair on July 1, so this Rotary year. Diane was the membership chair for 4 years before that. So she's got a huge amount of experience, and she's been a wonderful mentor for me. And Ivan Dunn, who's a member of the Coronado Club and District Membership Committee. So feel free to ask any questions, and anybody else feel free to answer too. If there's some DGs or DG.
I would still like to know.
DGEs or. So go ahead. Ask away.
I would just like to say that Diane Crawford is amazing. The things she has shared with us over the years about growth and membership. And if you have a question, you just ask Diane.
Thank you, Sue. Thank you, Suzanne.
I
got your money right here. Thank you.
Well, I mean, Ron, look, he's been doing it for, so I just had to say that because I first went to these membership meetings under Diane. So that's all.
Thank you,
And
Suzanne.
Ron, you.
Suzanne, I can't agree more.
All right,
I'll leave now.
Ron.
And I will second that. As being the president and president-elect, I could not have done it without Diane. She knows everything.
Okay, thank you. Back to the question.
I have a question.
Yes.
Okay, how does the district decide who to direct to which club as a membership lead?
That is depending on, since I'm in charge of the membership leads, that is depending on what the candidate, what kind of club they request.
What do you mean, what kind of club?
Well, depending on if they want, well, time of day for one, area, number two, and energy level or size of club.
Breakfast club, dinner club, whatever.
Yeah. It's really based on the actual inquiry that the candidate submits. They will tell you the time of day, the day of week, and all of that, what type of club they're interested in, and more specifically, what drives it is the area that they want.
Right.
Okay, because
we don't get very many. In fact, my club has got none. Like we don't get a lot in Imperial Valley. There's clubs that haven't gotten any leads, but it all depends on where they are.
Well, the reason I was asking is that recently we got one from someone who wanted an evening club and we're a morning club. So I was confused.
Oh, interesting.
That's interesting that you say that, Ellie, because a lot of the leads that come in, they're asking for evening and other time of day clubs that we don't offer very many of.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, if there is ever a problem like that where they change, because they probably told me they wanted different by email and maybe they changed their mind. So always email me back and let me know that.
Well, I did, say who the person was and why they didn't become a member, but I did send back that information.
Right.
I think to follow up on that though, if they want that area, you can also offer them socials in the evening, work projects on the weekend. They can Zoom or
Right.
use a hybrid. So that's also an alternative,
Right.
at least to get them engaged, because we're probably still working.
It's not how do you contact the lead, but how do you do it on the website?
I have a question on a district lead. We've actually had one this year, and we were very engaged with the person. They'd been to our meetings, and then we were getting emails from district, like they wanted to know. It was like we hadn't done status report.
Yeah.
How is that handled on the web? That hasn't really been ever brought up in any meetings. How do you tell the district that yes, we talked to them, yes, they're a member, whatever? How do you?
Stop sending me emails, 'cause I'm working on it, that kind of thing. No one in our group was really aware of this, and I finally went with someone else and they had the log on for it because I didn't have that access. And I banged all over the website, found it and fixed it so that we'd stop getting emails. And we were doing the work. And I wonder how often emails should come, because I read it was once a month and we were getting a lot of them.
What you'll get when I first assign the lead to your club, you'll get an email from me introducing the person and giving them your email address, their email address. You'll also get an email from RI asking you to update the lead in the RI website.
Yep.
Something you need to do. And that's probably the email you're talking about. And you're saying you've received multiple?
I got like 2 in a month, and I heard it was just going to be monthly because I went and read up on it because no one in my group knew about this. So I was doing a lot of banging on the website, and that's how I learned websites, by the way. And so I figured out my way to it, but I just didn't know, like,
what access do you need to do that to?
and who's able to access it to do that, because I had to get some help to do that because it's not my access.
Yeah.
And
It
how
could
often
be.
do you get these notifications?
It could be that they'll keep emailing you until you say either they joined your club or they have lost interest.
Okay.
It's really important that you update the leads, and all you once you get the leads, there's a link in the lead, or there should be from RI. They'll get you right back to the official lead on the RI database, and you can just say check the box, contacted the candidate, they attended a meeting, whatever the status is. That's it.
Yeah. But
That
there's
allows
special
RI to.
access, right?
Is there special access needed to get to that web page?
Because it was only limited to a number of people. I had to go bounce around and find somebody who had access.
You know what? I'll touch base with you offline so we can walk you through how to do that. Okay.
Okay, yeah, that'd be great.
What club are you with? What club are you with, Jen?
Fallbrook Village Rotary.
Okay.
And also that link goes to whoever's set for secretary, president, and membership chair and club runner. Those people will all have access.
Okay. And I think I found one of those people to do it, except for everybody was asking me only because I bang on websites. It was kind of like, I don't know.
That's why it's important to keep up the Rotary International data information on your club officers so that they know who to send the information to.
Okay, and I think they were current, they were not knowledgeable, so I don't know where that information comes out.
Well, there
So
is that.
Huh? There is that? Yeah, that's why I had to go bang around and find, work with someone else who had the login to figure that out. Okay.
Okay, we've got a couple people who have raised their hands. I cannot see it because I'm not seeing the full screen, but just speak up.
Yeah, Ron, I just wanted to mention it's really important that you guys keep your membership database up to date in RI. One of the reasons is for billing for your invoice for your dues, but most importantly, now that there is a minimum donation, average donation to the Rotary Foundation for grants, and that's based on per member. You need to make sure that the right number of members are in the system so that that calculation is correct. Is it a $50 minimum for the district grant, and is it $200 for the international grants?
100.
100, sorry, 100. So then that's the, that's determined by the number of members that you have, and if your numbers are not right, then your average donation is not going to be right.
Ron, if I can
explain that right, Marge?
Yeah, if I can chime in on this, there's been a little bit of confusion. So if your club is planning to do a district grant next year, and that's the smaller grant, it'll be a match of $3,000, up to $3,000 for your club donation. You must have a minimum of $50 per capita to the annual fund in this Rotary year. And I've been sending out to all the club presidents and president-elects and assistant governors and foundation chairs and that sort of thing every month at the end of the month what your giving levels are. To do a global grant, your club must give at the $100 per capita level. You don't have to have 150 to do both. If you meet the $50 requirement, you can do a district grant. If you meet the $100 requirement, you can do a district grant and a global grant. So there has been a little confusion there.
Okay, thank you, Marge. And I've gotten a couple comments saying they did not get the Learning Center mobile app instructions. Hopefully you've gotten those. I just sent it again. Well, I sent it to the person who asked for it. Sorry. Let me send it to everybody. There you go. Did you get that?
Yep.
Good. Good. Okay. So, Dawn, if you can go to the next slide. So this is just the resources. Again, the Learning Center, I can't recommend more. It is just a wonderful resource for you to use. It will answer all kinds of questions. A Zoom recording of this webinar will go out to each of the participants, so you can go back on it if you have any questions. And next slide. I'd like to thank all of you for attending this this webinar and taking out an hour and a half of your Saturday morning. I really appreciate it. I'd also like to specifically thank Don Phipps for running this Zoom call. You've done a wonderful job. Diane Crawford for her input, Ivan Dunn, the breakout leaders and the scribes. And again, just thank you to everybody for coming in, and we will have another one in August. So prepare for that. And as we're going into a new year, think about membership and think about growing your club. So thank you very much. You guys have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you.